One of the most important aspects of an architect is designing for everyone.
Sounds simple enough, right? But these architecture students are about to get a lesson in the not-so-simple, like how to navigate a building in a wheelchair, on crutches, or blindfolded. The School of Architecture held its first Accessibility Awareness Day for fourth-year students. The practicum is a new academic requirement because some lessons can't be learned from a book or a lecture.
The lessons of accessibility aren't just an abstract studio requirement. What we're hoping is that today you will gain a new appreciation for some of the difficulties that people with disabilities have.
After a year of study in Rome, the students had to adjust quickly as they began to amble upstairs, glide toward ramps, and enter a world of darkness.
There's kind of a school of thought out there that the disability lies within the environment, not within the person. So if you can create an environment that is free of obstacles or barriers, then the disability doesn't really exist.
Students were told to go about daily tasks like buying a cup of coffee, going to class in the dining hall, and using public restrooms. At the end of the day, they even learned what it's like to maneuver through the stadium. When people think about accessibility, wheelchairs come to mind immediately. But according to Howland, designing for the visually impaired can't be overlooked.
You can imagine a person using a cane to navigate around campus to get to different buildings, but you don't always think of the obstacles that their head might come in contact with, like a set of stairs.
It's so much easier if you can have just like a longer, straighter path with less like obstacles in the way, because as soon as you have a pole in the way, then all of a sudden, you think like, oh, is there a wall there? What is this?
So after this experience, how will they design things differently?
I always thought that, as long as you have enough room in a hallway for, enough people to pass through, it should be fine. But now I realize, like, if you have people in a hallway and a wheelchair in a hallway, you really need a lot more room. And so I think maybe allowing a lot more space for corridors.
I think it'll just help me make my design simpler, because I think a simpler building is, it would be much easier for anyone to understand, but more especially to someone who's blind.
Last spring, the FAA approached Notre Dame School of Architecture for help designing an airport terminal of the future with accessibility as a priority. Faculty and students have taken on the project and will design a virtual, fully accessible terminal over the next 2 years. And how does Notre Dame rate on accessibility?
We've had outside evaluations done by people that are familiar with many college campuses, and we've had good reviews. And so we're pleased with that, but we know there's other things that we can do to improve and get better.
That wasn't too bad.